Today was one of those days where the first trade didn't work out, and I had to decide how patient I was willing to be to make this second one work out. I came in with a sell bias today, and I took my first setup, and it didn't work out like I was planning it to. After I took the loss, price broke structure, and my bias had to switch. The problem was the long entry I actually wanted never showed me a clean setup. Price wicked hard into my demand level, and I didn't know if it was going to give me a full pullback or create a W to give me the setup that I really wanted. Instead of just forcing it, I really just waited until price broke that neckline, and I pretty much had to make an entry work from that situation. I ended up securing a little over a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, and I turned a losing day into a green day. And that wasn't by just being aggressive. That was really just making sure that I was being patient today. And that's been the hardest part of the week. Not fixing mistakes fast, but making sure the market just gives me something back. This is another moment where my trading journal matters. I wrote this trade down so I could track the bias shift, the patience it took for me to wait for this confirmation, and the fact that I didn't get the entry set up like I originally wanted. It's not about pretending trades are perfect, it's about seeing how to adapt when they're not. If you're curious, the Notion journal I use every day is linked in the comments. It's just a way that I review my trades for the day instead of just rushing past them. All right, let me show you how today played out. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, you guys. So today we are looking at gold. No surprise there. Um, so starting at the daily price, hit a high of 4,890 per ounce and started to pull back from there. So on the 4 hour, it's pulling back. I see gold potentially probably pulling back to either the 46.98 or what is this? Around the 46.51 before it goes back in its bullish direction. If it breaks this level right here, we may be in a solid sell off on gold. But let's break it down a little bit more. You don't really see anything on the 1 hour. On the 30, that's when you see pretty much how the retracement played out. Let me make this purple. All right. Price um, makes an impulse to the low, retest, drops, breaks structures here. Retest never fully makes that new impulse to break structure to the low, right? So I see price end up pulling back into the zone that it retest during Asian session. No, this is London. So during London session, so I'm potentially looking for price to drop again, selling wise. So the only way things are gonna go left is if price breaks this structure, then we're going back for a bullish direction. But it will take a lot of momentum to go in that direction, and structure isn't just showing that it's ready for it, right? So if we go down to the 5 minute, because the 15 really wasn't showing anything. All right, so price made impulse, broke structure here, retested impulse, broke structure to the high. This is when everything confirmed that price was going to go back for a sale. So price broke structure here, retested this 30-minute zone that keeps getting tapped into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times so far. So price pulled back into it. Then recently at what is this? Let's scoot this over a little bit. At 8:40, price broke structure here, and now we're looking for our retest right now. We're looking for price to pull into this zone right here before dropping. Uh, and if it doesn't align with our setup. So price, we would then be looking for price to break structure here, giving some type of retest, and then going for another sale. But I think price will still pull back. Or if it creates a double bottom here, that's the only time I'll acknowledge this as a retest and then get in. But other than that, I'm waiting for it to just tap into this zone right here and then drop. Let's see. Yeah, hit the 68.1 fib. I just needed you to give me a little tush push into this area and we would have been good. But all right, right now we're really just waiting to see if this setup is going to play out or not. Well, if it's going to actually set up or not. It's just a waiting game at this point. So I'll check back with y'all in just a moment. All right. It's almost there. It's giving me the little push that I need. Are they going to play with me or what? Oh, did I draw this zone clean enough? We might be good, you guys. Yeah. We might be good. I think we're good. Right, I am in. Lord. I mean, I know I was talking about taking the risk off, but let me put it over here so y'all can see. Since I'm setting up at least. Oh shit, how am I gonna play this? I didn't think this all the way through. I guess I gotta play to here then. Alright, we're gonna have to at least get one more contract in there to make this work. I know I was looking at one, but it's like I can't even play the move how I need to play it with one micro contract. So my whole thing was just to give y'all a little bit of backstory. So the last time I took a top step, combine and passed it, I received the count and didn't win not a single trade, right? Not one. And it's just like, bro, what happened, right? Because it's like I obviously did the right thing to receive the count. It's just when I got it, I end up having issues with the risk for some reason going into that other account. So, and I was a little bit more stubborn the first time around because it was just like, no, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Let me just keep going, right? Let me just let this all average out like pretty much as soon as my next trade will end up covering it, and I never end up getting that next trade to cover that loss. And I realized the same thing the way it started the last time was I had a huge loss on my first day with the account, and it pretty much just trickled from there, right? So I think I may have created like the same size hole. It was like around the 600-700 range. And granted, when you first get the account, you only get a $2,000 buffer to get yourself out of. So the thing is, when you first receive the account, you start at zero, right? And essentially, you see the balance right here is negative 6 and it's fluctuating right now. So when you receive the account, the max loss limit is negative 2,000, right? I think I did like 700 or something like that the last go round, and it's just like instantly I'm like, okay, I'm not repeating the same mistake as I did the last time. So that's pretty much the reason why I decided to reduce my risk, because I'm not going to okay, go in with the same headstrongness and end up pretty much just giving the account back, when it's just like at the end of the day, I am cool with taking the long route with all of this. I'm not rushing to get a payout right now. I am taking my time, because if you rush it, you really just giving them money. Like, the goal is to beat them and get a payout. It is you against the prop firms at the end of the day. Granted, they're setting you up to be able to make money, and they're going to make money off of you as well. But at the end of the day, you're looking to get paid, no matter how long it takes. Like, and me personally, I had to stop looking at every other trader and what they had going on, and actually just worry about my own situation, because what somebody else may be having going on may be a lie. Like, you never know what you're actually seeing on the other side there. So it's really one of those things where it's just like, nah, let me focus on my own race, no matter how long it takes. Let me just do what I need to do to get shit done and take my time. So this time around, I don't care how long it takes me to get a payout. Like, my plan is to essentially create a $2,000 buffer and withdraw everything above that. So every time I qualify to get a payout, I'm just going to withdraw everything and start back out at 2,000, and then work that back up, withdraw it back down to 2,000. Just do that, rinse and repeat, and oh no, rinse and repeat, and just see what happens from there. Cause I mean, it's no point, and pretty much just stack accounts on top of that. I guess I'm about to get stopped out with this. Let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely probably about to get stopped out unless they get it's a huge wick down, but it just retested off of this. Oh, well, we're gonna see if it respects it or not. It's probably gonna dig a little deeper, so I gotta take another trade off of the same setup. Essentially, it'll just be deeper into the trade. Unless it breaks this area, then I'm not looking at it anymore. But back to what I was saying, my plan is to pretty much take however long it needs to take to get a payout from Top Step. Use that payout to buy more accounts. I'm going pretty much the most you can get is 5 accounts. I'm gonna go get 5 more combines and run it up from there. And then once I max everything out with Top Step and I'm getting consistent payouts from all of my accounts, I'm going to go to another prop firm and do it all over. So it really doesn't matter like how long it takes, because you can really stack these accounts and you don't have to go crazy big, right? It's all about stacking the prop firm accounts, like being good at what you're doing, being good at extracting money from the market, and stacking prop firm accounts. Because if you make 100 across 5 accounts, if you make $100 across 5 accounts, that's $500 for the day, right? Who wouldn't want that? If you had 10 accounts, that's 1,000. Like, you don't have to work hard. You're pretty much just leveraging the accounts. So it's kind of one of those things where it's just like, it's no point in really forcing things. Like, the system gives you plenty enough room to essentially use a minimal amount of money to make a huge amount of money. The risk to reward with the futures prop firm system is ridiculous. Like, it's really ridiculous in terms of if you play it right, and it takes time too. So it's the time factor that kills a lot of people, because they want to rush into everything. And I used to be that person too, and I'm not worried about rushing anymore. So yeah, but I mean, that's all. I'm done rambling, but that's just my thought process with all of this. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna dig back deeper. I should have been a little bit more patient, but and let it pull back deeper into it. But the zone was a little fat, so I just went with the setup that was given to me. Now, granted, this still may end up working out. This could be like a huge wick right here, and then it goes in my direction. But I'm not tripping. But however it goes, the next one they can't. I don't see price being able to really just fake it out because the low is right there. Like, and granted, I'm only taking 2 setups per day, or max 2 setups. So if I lose this one and then lose the second one, I'm done for the day. I've noticed that kind of keeps my loss contained if I'm risking the right amount. So it's cool. But that one contract wasn't going to give me anyway. It was like $61, and I can't like scale out of my positions. So I didn't think about that when I was talking about just dropping down to one contract. Like then I wouldn't be able to take advantage of like just getting out here and then letting that last position ride to here, and it defeats the purpose of my trading or my exit style. So I just have to lower my risk, and it'll go down to I keep it at 2 micro contracts for a while until I dig myself out of this hole, and then I'll scale back up to 3 depending on the risk. But I'll keep it definitely at 2. Should I pull this back? All right. So they got me out. Let's see what ends up happening. Let me go back to my other screen. So I pulled to 78.6. Now I'm just trailing it for an entry. Now the ones that do hurt the most is they stop you out and then right at that next fib level they drop, and it's just like, bro, I could have just like moved my stop loss 2 ticks and I would have been good. But it's all good. It looks like it's gonna drop at this one and do the same thing I was just talking about, and that shit hurts. But it is what it is because it's like you didn't have to take that, 100 and whatever dollar loss. But I'm just gonna be patient. Looks like we getting there. Let's see if it breaks this line. Right here there. Nope. Now looks like you're the big back handle that needs to be broken. Alright, it's back to my 88.6 fib. Alright, you guys, I ran out of memory on my camera, but currently we're in a trade. We got in a buy right at this level. Price end up spiking down right here. I wasn't able to get in because it happened so fast, but I ended up getting in once it did a little bit of pullback, and I wanted a little bit more confirmation. So from there, let's go to the 5 minute. It's headed to my second TP, but I kind of got in a crazy situation with my entry, so I wasn't able to put it right below my low. No, I did put it below my lows. I'm tripping. But I was scaling it as it broke this level. Once it broke this high, I reduced my risk. I need you to go forward. I need to go forward. Let me start. There we go. I don't know. I give y'all a breakdown on why I'm managing it like this in just a moment. But essentially, there's supposed to be a huge breakout on the 30-minute right now, so I might as well maximize it since it hit my since my overall TP is supposed to be up here. So why not try to take advantage of it, right? So I'm already at my current TP. I'm just pushing it to my third one since it hit my green area here, my negative 61.8. So supposedly it should be pushing to this level. I'm just trying to take advantage of it while I can, instead of just being out at this level since I'm already at the TP right now, right? I'm trying to pretty much take advantage of as much as I can with this, because I have nothing, literally nothing to lose now. So we're just pretty much playing this based off of momentum. If it cuts me, cool, whatever. I'm just trying to take advantage of it at this point. Yeah, it's about to take me out.
Order filled.
All right. Didn't work out as planned, but we ended up in profit today. So that's what's up. We're going to slowly pull ourselves out of this. Now we're down 495. So we're slowly pulling ourselves out of the hole here, which is beautiful. Again, let me break everything down real quick on what happened, or at least re-explain. So, yeah, the last time you did see me in a sell. So what ended up happening was, all right, so price didn't stop off in this area at all. It ended up breaking structure. It ended up breaking all of these structures. I'm like, okay, price is probably gonna go ahead and actually pull off. I should have gave that a little bit more space because I think it's still gonna end up pushing, but that's neither here nor there. I'll work on that as I go. But back to the task at hand. So price ended up breaking up structure here, here, and end up retesting. But I was waiting for it to get my retest off of this demand level right here, but price spiked down and kind of created a situation where I wasn't able to get in off the lower time frame unless I got in right here. So went to the higher, went down a little bit. I was looking for price to create some type of W, hopefully coming down to this 50% fib level before I got back in. But it was playing around here, so I was like, okay, if I got to play with this level, I'm going to make sure I get in at the break of the neck so I don't get played, right? So what ended up happening was price ended up, I was pretty much risking a little bit more than I wanted to, but I put my stop loss behind the low. I think I was risking at like $200, right? And I like to risk max 150 a trade, but since I'm scaling back my risk, I was cool around like the 100, 200 level, whatever. But anyways, so price ended up breaking this level right here, so I was able to pull my stop loss under this area to help reduce my risk because it broke structure on the micro level. So and then I pretty much let price fly. I took off one contract here, and the other one I was gonna actually try to scale to this TP3. As you all see, it's flying right now, and I got stopped out right at this level right here. So we end up getting a 1 to 2, 1 to 2.21. We end up in the profit for the day for $1. I mean, I said $1, $131, which is great. We're working towards chipping away at that deficit that we had from the previous day. But other than that, we are looking good. And yeah, I got one more. No, today is the last day of my trading week. Wow, man. MLK that threw everything off a little bit because I felt like I had one more day, but that was because I didn't trade Monday. But yeah, all right, cool. So we didn't end this week in the positive because of that first trading day of the week. But it's all good. We're going to work our way out of it next week. And hopefully we can, by the end of next week, we can end in profit altogether and really start building our buffer. So, yeah, I mean, that's all I got, you guys. We did great today. We made some progress in digging ourselves out of that hole. I'm not gonna force anything. I'm just gonna take the trade setups that come to me. I followed all my rules. Things just didn't work out for this sale. So this ended up just being the end of an impulse for a setup. So it ended up price pretty much end up breaking off of this, retesting this level. I thought it was gonna go a little bit deeper, and end up setting up the buy off of this. So it is what it is. I wish I could have squeezed a little bit more out of this setup here though, because I know it's going to end up going there because it broke this 30-minute structure here to say, hey, we're going in a buy direction again. So it is what it is. We had a green day. That's what's important. But that's all I got. I'll catch you guys Monday, not tomorrow, Monday. Peace.